OurGrinnell.com is back talking with Craig Cooper, one of the lead organizers of RAGBRAI Grinnell. Back in January, they found out that Grinnell was going to be an overnight town. It's taken literally hundreds and hundreds of hours and hundreds of people to orchestrate this event, and of course Craig's been at the forefront. Craig, it has come and gone. What's your response?
I'm pretty overwhelmed, I would say. You know, by all accounts, at least from the RAGBRAI community, Grinnell was the best overnight. We kind of put it all together. We fired on all cylinders. We actually had, I don't know about perfect weather, but I would call it better weather than the rest of the week. It was a little overcast, and it was about 8 or 10 degrees cooler than it was the rest of the week. And I think people just felt more like being out and about and seeing the sights. And I'm just overwhelmed. I really haven't heard of anything that went poorly. You know, the campgrounds went well, you know, and the traffic went well, and the downtown was super busy. Just an overall great event. Vendors, restaurants, bicycle shops, all had the best day ever. Well, certainly the restaurants that I've spoken with had fantastic business. The vendors that were downtown, I walked that downtown row of vendors, and this was before the evening was over. Several of them had sold all of the food that they had. It was rumored that, at least I haven't checked this out officially yet, but that several of the churches sold out of their meals quickly. And I know that my fellow bike shop vendors that I've talked with, several of them, and they were just blown away by the hospitality of being able to be downtown. Did you hear any comments after Grinnell? As an example, you then went to Coralville and set up. Any comments about the overnight in Grinnell? Yeah, so there was quite a bit of feedback that made it back to me via the folks that wore Grinnell College jerseys, because Friday was the College Spirit Day, and so there were lots of folks that rode on the ride that were on our charter that wore the Grinnell College jersey, and they said they couldn't hardly ride without someone riding up to them and saying, "Hey, Grinnell, you did a great job," or, you know, it was just an all-day conversation for those people that wore those Grinnell College jerseys about how awesome the overnight was for Grinnell. It was estimated that Grinnell would host 25,000 people. It has been estimated that coming off of Des Moines or Altoona and the number of extra riders on Thursday, that it may have approached 40,000. Have you picked up on any of that information? I hadn't heard that number, but I will tell you that I repaired bicycles in Victor, and I've never seen that many. I've never seen as many people as there were on the ride as that day. We were in Victor for probably 8 hours or 9 hours, and it was a constant stream of folks rolling through there. One of my mechanics said to me, "This has to be the single largest day we've ever had on RAGBRAI." So it wouldn't surprise me, and numbers are one thing, but the other part of it is just the experience that people have had with Grinnell. And earlier I had talked about community folks having a chance to meet somebody that they hadn't met before and spend 10 minutes with them and talk with them. And we did a lot of that. We won a lot of friends by just being good Grinnellians. Craig,
you mentioned on Thursday that Grinnell was making history. Would you like to comment on that? And I believe you were talking about Grinnell probably hosting the largest, orchestrating and hosting the largest single event ever in the history of Grinnell.
Well, you know, that's I can't think of anything that would have topped that. And if you have an opportunity to go out there and look at the Des Moines Register's page or the R Grinnell page, or you can see that it touched every corner of Grinnell in some way. I can't imagine somebody that didn't that was in Grinnell that didn't enjoy or participate with all the visitors that we had. And it was just a super opportunity to showcase our community. Hundreds and hundreds of people went through the Jewel Bank. Folks got to visit our all of our great restaurants. We had terrific music. And the other part of this whole thing is that because I have some experience with some of the other RAGBRAI overnight towns, where quite frankly there is a bit of a kind of a corporate culture, a little, there's big food vendors that come in, and not that there's anything wrong with those, but we did it here in Grinnell locally. Our food vendors were local food vendors. Our folks that stepped up and did it was our local churches. Whether it was the wrestling team doing pizza at the high school or delivering papers, or the UCC church serving lasagna dinner, it was us, and we did it. I mean, it wasn't we didn't rely on anybody. And it kind of, as I was thinking about it on Friday, I got to thinking, there's nothing that this community can't handle, because we've got the ability to put it all together, and it's not just about a buck. It's about helping other people and doing the right thing, and it's a pretty good feeling.
Craig, thanks for talking with us.
You bet. Thanks for interviewing me.